Mars Blanton's. Wow. That's different. I really like that. Peychauds or Pechaud's or Pechaud.
Yeah, now I'm gorgeous. Although probably fuzzier was better.
Okay. So this is not what I expected. All right, it's Thursday and let's get underway. I'm going to try to rip through this. We're going to get a good tasting going on. I know Bill's watching. Thanks for being with us, Bill. We're going to get kind of through this kind of quick. I've got a place I would like to try to be by 8 o'clock. I don't know that I'm going to make it, but we're going to try. We're going to try. All right. Tonight, Bear Fight. If I had to settle on a single word to describe next century spirits, I would say that word is aggressive. They're brand new on the scene, really getting their start in 2018 in Raleigh, North Carolina, which, by the way, has a fantastic dive bar there called, I knew I'd forget it. It's like a little speakeasy. It's really great. Down in the basement, some of the best drinks I've ever had. They're trying to gain a firm stake in the whole craft market world, creating products for other people's brands. There we go. Breaking Bourbon. I was looking for some different thoughts on this particular single malt. And Breaking Bourbon noticed the same thing. They wrote, their website features plenty of marketing buzzwords, and it's clear they are aggressively marketing towards contract distilling, and their own brands take a noticeable back seat to their overall mission. One of those is called Caddy, a ready-to-drink canned vodka cocktail made in collaboration with golfer Greg Norman. Another is Creek Water Whiskey. Now, one is a 100 proof, and that's fine, but they've got a cinnamon-flavored one that's 70 proof, and they do that with this rapper who calls himself Yellow Wolf. And they've got a few other things, too. They've got a 94 proof double-barrel bourbon called Truth Teller, 1839, that was created for a television show called Monarch that stars Susan Sarandon. I don't know much about it. I just know that the whiskey was created for that show. So marketing. I love capitalism, but I do marketing for a living. And I think there's a place where the passion for the product has to outweigh the passion for the marketing of the product, right? So we'll get into that a little bit. A lot of the products are meant for sale, especially through online retailers like Reserve Bar. But although Bear Fight's initial rollout was exclusively online, it's now in 22 states with a larger fall bottle release. And it's just a couple of months ago that it hit Ohio. It is making waves. People are talking about it. And of course, that's the goal of anything new. If it's good, people are going to talk about it. The company seems to be just as much about marketing as they are about crafting beverages. One of their ads even has... Spencer's watching. Hey, Spencer. One of the things I hate about radio is when you hear, that's right, or you heard right. It's twin sister. You heard right. Listen to local radio tomorrow. Listen to the commercials and see how many times you hear, that's right, or you heard right. It's a pet peeve of mine. And on one of the ads they have for one of their products, they actually write in the copy, that's right. You can't get any more markety than, that's right. Now that made sense back when they were selling soap, when they were still black and white, soap flakes. Because maybe they were not trustful of the sound. And they'd be doing these on live television set. And they said, we're going to do this for you at 10% off. That's right, 10% off. So they could repeat themselves because the medium of television and radio were relatively new. And people were like, did he just say 10% off? But nowadays... No. But that's a marketing pet peeve of mine, and they wrote it right on their website. Please. In a press release about their brand launch for Bear Fight, they don't sound like distillers, they sound like investors. That bothers me. It says, we believe Bear Fight can create a new value proposition for consumers that shows amazing whiskey can be found in all categories and prices. Hey, Austin, how are you? I'm bitching. I'm complaining. Do they have a passion for the marketing and the money? Or do they have a passion for the product? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because right now, it seems more about a money grab to me. They say, we're comfortable with who we are and our approach to whiskey reflects this. We're not your boring run-of-the-mill whiskey and we're not afraid to prove it to you. Aggressive. And they've recruited Seth MacFarlane, the fellow behind the Family Guy and the Orville. I've never cared for MacFarlane much. I find him to be abrasive and mean-spirited. So perhaps he's a good match for the company. I don't know. Okay, enough of my soapbox. I'm a little salty about it because I do beautiful bourbon because I love it. I love taking the pictures of it. He's bitching and complaining. That's right. Oh, you turd. That's right. I'm complaining. I'm bitching. You heard right. Bitching. You turd. Anyway, I do beautiful bourbon because I love doing it. I love taking the photos. Tonight, I took a photo and I simulated moonlight, and I think it's beautiful. I could tweak it a little bit. And I don't do anything to try to make any money off the Bourbcasts. I'm very clear in the fact that these are reviews. I'm not selling anything. I don't have any merch. So Peter Griffin's whiskey, right? And I never did like the Family Guy. I don't find it funny at all. I know a lot of people do. I don't. I don't find it funny. I don't like Seth MacFarlane. There's not much he's done that I've ever liked. He's a hell of a singer, though. Boy, oh boy, can he belt it out. He's a great singer. Very talented guy. I'm not going to take away from his talent. I just don't like him. He posted or hosted one of those award shows, Oscars or something, Golden Globes. I don't know what it was. He was just mean. So I decided back then I don't like him. Anyway, so they may not be the type of company I want to be involved with personally, but let's see if they make a decent drink. This is 100% malted barley whiskey that has been aged in used first fill bourbon barrels. So bourbon was in it. They did it correctly. It was a virgin oak charred barrel. They sold it to these guys. These guys are using it for their whiskey. And then they finish it using sherry and smoked peat casks. The result is noticeably a Scotch-style single malt. The master blender, Nick Scarf, says the final flavor profile decision was made in order to create the most approachable daily drinker American single malt in the world. The inspiration for the product came from a combination. Hi, Daniel. How are you? Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. The inspiration for the product came from a combination of a lifelong love affair with Scotch, combined with the desire to prove that America could also produce top-quality single malt whiskeys. So consider this a milder, more approachable American Scotch. That's what I'm hearing about it. The color is very light. This is 90 proof, 45% alcohol by volume. It has tasting notes on the bottle. I'm not going to read them. I didn't look for tasting notes. I just did one. I wanted to do research on the company and research on the bottle, and they say very little about the bottle and a whole lot about everything else they do. I'm still complaining. I told you I'd get off my soapbox. I'm getting off my soapbox. Very, very light color. Okay. The nose is... Okay. So, I'm off my soapbox now. We're going to see if this is good. I've heard nothing but good about it. People are excited about this product. That's great. And I hope I get excited about this product. The nose is nice. That peated barrel is really jumping out at me. So's that sherry. I wanted to choose a bourbon trail glass with a wider snoot because with peated whiskeys, sometimes you don't need that concentration of a smaller snoot that you get off a Glencairn. So I wanted something wider just to give myself a break when it comes to that. I'm getting some butterscotch in there. Honey. Definitely some of the oak and that peat. That peat is really jumping out at me. It's a little bit floral. Thank you for the like. Thank you for that like, too. I appreciate it. I'm getting people on the YouTube page and this page that are from all over the country. Coachella, of course, California. And we've got Virginia, and we've got Kentucky, and, of course, all over Ohio. I'd have to look at the rest of the stats, but it's been neat how this is spreading out. I'm really excited about it. Again, I don't know what I want to do with it. Michael's watching. Hey, speaking of Coachella, I don't know what I want to do with it yet. I'm just having fun. Had another reviewer from Kentucky contact me on YouTube to tell me he liked my review of last week's Middle West Spirits, the Pumpernickel Rye. Ha ha ha. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting butterscotch, becoming quite the celebrity. Dawn. I don't know what. That's today. I don't know what I want to do, right? I don't know what I want to do with it. I'm just having fun. And thank you for watching, Dawn. She did a Bourbcast with us a while back. She's the only female guest we've had so far. But she's fun to be with, and you ought to go back and check that one out. Here we go. Okay. It's got a very gentle bloom. The mouthfeel is actually pretty nice. And I will tell you, this has got a really nice flavor. This is a very, very flavorful drink. Now, if you don't like peated stuff, so I did the High West, the American Prairie bourbon a while back, and that comes from a peated barrel. I had a couple of friends of mine try that, and they're like, nope. They don't like Scotch. They didn't like that at all. I don't mind it because I like Scotch. I like Johnny Walker Blue. I like Lafroig. Lafroig is like chewing on a campfire. You know, it's really smoky, really peaty. If I had to pick, I'd say Johnny Walker Blue is probably my favorite Scotch, and they've got Johnny Walker Double Black, which is like a poor man's blue. But I do like those. I do like the Balvenie. I've had the Double Wood and the Caribbean Cask. I like those. I was supposed to try that 30 days later, and I haven't. You're right, I haven't. I need to get back to it, don't I? I like the Balvenie. I've tried that in the Caribbean Cask, the Double Wood and the Caribbean Cask. So I do like Scotch. I didn't care for the Game of Thrones themed Scotches. Those were horrible. I drank them, but they were horrible. Anyway, if you don't like Scotch, you probably ought to pass this by. However, they said that they wanted to do an approachable daily drinker, a milder, more approachable American Scotch, and I think they nailed it, really. I think this is quite good. They've done it right. The used bourbon barrels that they used first to age it, I'm assuming 3 years. I think it was 3 years that I saw. And then they finished it for however long in the sherry casks and the peated casks. And they've really got a nice combination of flavors going on in here. And this is 100% malted barley, but it does have some very, very nice bourbon notes to it. I'm getting the cinnamon, the honey, the butterscotch. It's a nice pour. As much as I don't like what they're doing as a company and trying to push 100 million products and make $100 million in a matter of a couple of years, capitalism, I get it, that's fine. As much as I'm not digging their approach to things and how they talk about their products, this is good. This is tasty. Let's see if it holds up to the test, right? Let me just a little bit. I got to bartend last night. We had a meeting, and I took a bunch of stuff over to this guy's house. I served drinks to a circuit court judge. I served drinks to a city council member, a retired executive, business executive. That was fun, and they liked my drinks. And I took my bourbon, some of it. I took an Angel's Envy because the judge likes Angel's Envy. But I talked him into trying the Weller Special Reserve, and he really likes that too. Most people do. And then the city council member, I made him 2 Manhattans. He really liked those. The first one I did with Peerless, and the second one I did with Bullet, and he liked them both. So And I took everything over. I had my smoker with me in case somebody wanted a smoked old-fashioned. Nobody wanted a smoked old-fashioned. I was kind of bummed. And all I drank was the E.H. Taylor single barrel that the dude had. He opened it. He offered it to me. I took a sip, and I went... and the council member came over, and he gave me a hug. I was like, so happy right now. It was a great night. It was a lot of fun. All right. All right, so I've added a little water to this. And then I went to the moose. All right. The bloom, that burn of the alcohol, does come down, but the flavors are still there, and the mouth feels very slightly, not really appreciable. You got to pay attention to it, but the mouth feels slightly more silky. But the flavors just exploded. I like a little bit of that heat, and the water took that away, but something I noticed before, and I didn't know how to articulate it, and now I do. There is a peanut overtone, that's got to be the malted barley. I mean, that's just, I've heard other people say that about some of their drinks, and it's never really leapt out at me. Tonight, particularly on the finish, I'm getting peanuts. It's good. That doesn't sound appetizing, but to me, I'm enjoying it. Okay, so the last test, of course, and I'll be honest, I was feeling snarky about this drink, so I pulled out one of my reject ice spheres. This one looks like it's been hit by asteroids. It's just not pretty at all. But it'll work. It'll work. We'll just do a little pour. There. You know, it's funny when I start a Bourbcast and I start it in a tizzy. You know, I start it with the idea that I'm going to hate it. And then I come away and I go, And then the other ones, of course, are the ones that I think I'm going to love it. And I'm like, God. You know, the whole world's getting excited about a new release coming out, I believe it's tomorrow, of Maker's Mark. It's a one-day release in the state, and everybody's going crazy about Maker's Mark. And I'm like, I don't like very much Maker's Mark. I haven't had very many of them I like. I like the Maker's 46. Definitely rushing through this one. That's right. Oh, Kevin, you got gotta you gotta come taste that pumpernickel rye, bub. But you keep that up, and you're not gonna. You heard right. You're not gonna. All right, let's finish this water one. Those other flavors are still there, the oak, the peat, the butterscotch, a little honey, some cinnamon. It's a really nice pour. It just got rid of all the heat. Now that we're on ice, I won't do this if I 10 bar for you. I won't put my finger in your drink, I promise. All right, let's see how it handles an ice sphere. Sphere. Elegant. Ice sphere. I don't like whiskey on ice. It works sometimes. You've seen it. You've been here with me when it's worked. And I've told you that I was surprised and amazed that it works. There are some pours that stand up. last night there were people drinking that single barrel E.H. Taylor on ice. My inner snob was, but the bourbon steward, the certified bourbon steward, said, drink it how you like it. On the inside, I was retching, but okay. This on ice is very muddled. Now, I didn't give myself a big pour, but I can still taste some of those flavors. I can still get the peat, particularly. I'm still getting some of that butterscotch. Some of that oak barrel. Still something floral there. But the flavors are just muted. They're just not what they were on water and neat. It's a 90 proof pour. I generally don't put things on ice until they're at least 100 proof. So I'm going to tell you that this is less than impressive on ice, but on water it's fine. I like them both neat and on water, and the reason is because it just changed a little bit. I like it neat because it surprised me, and on the water the flavors just really got unlocked. Now, Aaron pointed out that there was one I was going to go back to in a few weeks, and I haven't done it. Excuse me. So I'm thinking that I'm wondering what this one will do if I let it sit and come back to it in a month. Now, I say that knowing that I might not come back to it, but maybe I'll do a special one of these times where I do come back to it. Now, next Wednesday, by the way, is an official drinking holiday. It's called Drinksgiving. So I intend to be here on Drinksgiving next Wednesday at 7:30. I don't know what I'm going to be having yet. I haven't made up my mind. But maybe I'll make some cocktails or something. It'll be fun. And then, of course, I'll be here on Thursday, Thanksgiving night, choosing whatever I'm going to have that night. So we'll see you twice next week, Wednesday and Thursday at 7:30 right here on Beautiful Bourbon. I will try to forecast what my pours are going to be so you can catch up and maybe pick it up, whatever it's going to be. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. But stay tuned for next week, next Wednesday and Thursday, 7:30 right here on Beautiful Bourbon. Thank you for watching. I have 6 minutes to get where I need to go, and I'm not going to make it, but I'm going to do my best. So, again, thank you very much. Thank you for everybody that's here. I had a ball. I always do. And I will tell you, Bear Fight surprised me. I didn't want to like it, but I do. This is a fine pour, and compared to Stranahan's, which is another 100% malted barley whiskey, I like that one better. Maybe it's because of the peat. Maybe it's because of the sherry cask. I don't know. I like this one better. It's got more body. It's got more flavor. It's got a better mouthfeel. There's just more going on in this bottle. I would suggest that you find a bar that has it and taste it before you go buy a bottle. It's not very expensive. I think it's like, I don't know, $35-40. But I like it. I will enjoy drinking this again. So we will see you next Wednesday for Drinksgiving. And thank you again for watching. I so appreciate it. Check us out on YouTube at Beautiful Bourbon. We got a new handle there at Beautiful Bourbon, whatever that means. And then we're on Instagram at Beautiful Bourbon, and of course, beautifulbourbon.com or the Bourbcast.com. You can go there too. So don't go there. It's so behind. I need to get somebody to do that for me. It's just so behind. All right, guys and gals, thanks for watching.